Sunday baseball back at the ballpark, and we know one thing for sure. Max Scherzer and his electric arm will be on full display, as we talked about in the open. According to the website Fangraphs.com, Scherzer's average fastball is just a tick under 94 miles an hour. He is the third hardest thrower in the National League with that fastball, but yet you get veteran, elite hitters, and how they view that fastball totally different. Let's listen to Chipper Jones, and then let's listen to Torii Hunter.
All the guys up here are strong enough that if they center 95 miles an hour, they're going to hit it a long way. And that's what I try and preach against guys. You know, I love facing those young guys who are proud of their fastball, because that's the pitch that I want to put in play 90% of the time. And if I get that one fat pitch over the middle of the plate, I want to make him pay ultimately with an extra base hit or a home run.
When he wants to challenge you, he's going to throw harder, and you don't know where it's going. He might hit me in the head, so I don't really like to face the young guys. When they see a Torii Hunter or a Chipper Jones or somebody like that that's tried to put in some work in the game, they try to throw harder. Their sliders breaking harder, and then they're not erratic they're erratic in the strike zone. So I'm uncomfortable when I face a young guy.
And that's a very good thing, isn't it, to keep them uncomfortable? By the way, we don't tie the two together with the fact of what Torii told us Friday and the fact that he's not in the starting lineup in today's game. It's just a rest for Torii Hunter. Well, we're certainly glad you're spending the afternoon with us. Mark Grace and I will be back with all the action. It's the Diamondbacks and the heat from Max Scherzer going head-to-head with a very fundamentally sound, aggressive, and successful baseball club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Family and friends at the ballpark, and of course Sunday Family Day at the ballpark, brought to you by our good friends with Sanderson Ford and Lincoln Mercury. Max Scherzer just about ready to go. We've spoken of him quite a bit to lead up for this game. Mike Scioscia, well, he knows how his guys can handle a good fastball. Let's watch how it plays out in the ball game. It's Sean Figgins, it's Maicer Izturis, it's Abreu, Rivera, and Morales. Matthews gets a chance to play. He's really struggling. It's Ibar, it's Mathis, and it's Palmer. 24-year-old right-hander Maxwell M. Scherzer, Arizona's #1 pick in 2006, blew through the minor leagues to get here to the big leagues. Very different than his foe today in Matt Palmer. Sean Figgins to lead things off. We're underway on this Sunday with a fastball and strike one at 93 miles an hour. Mark Grace, our Tucson Dodge pitching report.
Well, Max Scherzer, the very talented young right-hander, he's going to go against a very disciplined Angel team in the fact that they take a lot of pitches. They try to work the count. That's not a good matchup for Max, because his pitch count tends to climb. So it is imperative today that Max Scherzer get strike one.
And he did to start things off, but he falls behind 2-1. Montero pointing at that lead shoulder, reminding Max to keep that shoulder pointed at him, the target. Ojeda even with the bag at third as Figgins hits that one in the air. Boy, they had him play defensively perfectly. Almost like a right-handed pull hitter, and shallow. Let's take a look at the defense for the Diamondbacks. It's Romero, Parra, and Upton. Good ground coverage there. Ojeda, Drew, Lopez, and Reynolds on the infield. Miguel Montero with Snyder on the disabled list, catching it about 80% of the time. This is about 15 starts at first base for Mark, so it's become old hat now as that one misses into. Meiser is Turris, 1-0 the count. How has he done as a first baseman?
I think he's done much better than I anticipated, because when you've never done it before, he's never played first base, and he's really made the adjustments pretty well. I think he's a good athlete. He can handle it.
That's the key word, I think, a good athlete, as that one is high. 3-0 the count to his Turris. Here's that patience you're talking about as Mark hopes to gobble something up soon.
Well, the bad news also for Max Scherzer in this game is you've got Randy Marsh, a veteran umpire, and he's got one of the smaller zones in all of baseball, Darren. Randy Marsh, very famous for having a pretty small zone. Hitters love it when Randy Marsh has the plate.
Which brings us to Bobby Abreu's quote, and it ties in. Abreu sees as many pitches as anybody. He said, and it's our Geico quote, "I just know the strike zone better. I have an idea of where the pitch is going to land, and I don't get panicked with 2 strikes. I don't know why. It's something you can't teach."
He doesn't fear striking out, in other words. Edgar Martinez was a guy I talked to a lot about that. Guys that usually don't strike out see a lot of pitches because their approach is going to be the same, Darren, whether it's an 0-0 pitch or a 3-2 pitch or an 0-2 pitch. They're going to go up there and try to do the same thing with the baseball.
And you can see the pitches that he sees for each time up. 0-1 the count, so Max jumps ahead. Runner on the move. The pitch is outside to throw down as a couple of infielders get together for the Diamondbacks. Stephen Drew makes the tag. Montero, a great throw. But on the other side, it was just a party at the bag.
Yeah, it's a good thing this wasn't a hit and run because there was no defenders on the field, but they were all on second base. You see Lopez and Drew. What a great throw by Montero. Yeah, get a little fired up, Miggy.
And good to see. He said some interesting things, Gracie. I was talking to you before the game, as that one is a changeup that misses. Realizing that Chris Snyder's on the DL, he was very blunt when he said to me, "I must make the most of this opportunity. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. I have to play better during this time when I'm playing every day." Not only for the team, but to show this team. Share some more of his thoughts throughout the afternoon. Abreu is erased. Max does all that work with 11 pitches. Very good. Hinge trying to help his guys find a way to change that. In the end, it's up to the guys in the lineup, the actual players. Our Southwest.com starting lineup: Felipe Lopez, Stephen Drew, and Justin Upton. It's Mark Reynolds, Gerardo Parra, Miguel Montero, then Romero, Ojeda, and Scherzer. Jonathan Matt Palmer is 30 years old. He was born in Memphis, Tennessee. While Max Scherzer pitched in 30 games to get to the big leagues before arriving in the minors, this gentleman pitched in 206 minor league games before he finally arrived.
Welcome to the big leagues, and well, he went out and won his first 6 decisions before finally dropping one.
He's a 30-year-old, so he has been at it for quite some time. As a matter of fact, the first rookie in Major League Baseball history with 6 straight wins to start, all starts. That's 30 or over. Felipe Lopez. He digs in and he takes a pitch high. Pretty good pitch. 1-0 the count.
Randy Marsh, if he's one thing, he's very consistent.
I know you were saying that before. Lopez. It is booted. Can't find it. He will. Ibar. And Felipe reaches.
Well, that ball took a nasty hop on Ibar. You see it come up and just take a big old bite out of him. That's going to be a hit. Now, I like that. I like that they gave that. That's a bad hop, a hard hit ball. I think that is the right call by giving that a hit. What do you think?
I think so. It's very much on the edge. I don't envy the official score in that play, but it did take a bad hop. He is 4 for 8 in this series. Now Felipe Lopez. Here's Stephen Drew. Stephen having a nice homestand, has 9 hits on this homestand, dropping down a bunt. On the throws and in time for the out. So Drew with the sacrifice bunt puts Lopez into scoring position in front of Justin Upton.
Very good bunt there by Stephen Drew. Not used to seeing Stephen Drew sacrifice, but that's nicely done right there. Really a good play by Palmer coming in and getting Drew by a step.
Trying to grab hold of some momentum to have some first inning offense. Look, last couple of games, these Diamondbacks have had the bases loaded in the first inning, only to come up empty twice.
And those are crushers, especially in the first inning. Boy, you just give all the momentum right back to the opposing team.
Justin Upton squares to bunt. 1-0 the count.
You know what I think, Darren? Yesterday, the Diamondbacks gave up what was to be a home run on a bunt.
I know where you're going.
So maybe they're thinking, maybe that's how you do it. What do you think?
I'm guessing not.
Everybody bunt.
I'm hoping that Justin just wanted to take a look at a pitch as he takes a look at another one. 1-1 the count. This is very forgettable for Diamondbacks fans. And a smile on the face of Ibar, ear to ear, as he crossed home plate.
As A.J. Hinch, the manager, said, it was a horrible baseball play. He couldn't be more correct.
A lot of players not in the right spot. Outfielders not backing up. Pitchers not backing up. Second baseman late in getting to the bag.
All the above.
First baseman leaving the bag to try to make a play. It was a team effort. There's no doubt about it, unfortunately. They're young players. This is our baseball day where we love to occasionally talk teaching and educate. You always have a place to be on the baseball field. Always.
Always. There's always some place to be. Alex Romero was spectating out in left field instead of backing up third base.
Into center field. Felipe Lopez comes on down. Matthews uncorks. So runners are on first and third. It doesn't plate the run. Matthews came up throwing, so Upton with a single. Runners on first and third with 1 out.
Yeah, Felipe didn't have a very good read on that ball at second base. This ball is just a clean base hit. It takes 2 hops to get out to the center fielder. But watch Felipe Lopez. He's going to freeze. He's going to freeze. He's going to freeze. Then he takes off. Don't know if he'd have scored anyway because Matthews does have a great arm.
No, you're right. He has more of a right fielder's arm out there in center field. If there's any saving grace for Matthews, it certainly hasn't been offensively, but he still can play some outfield.
I remember when this kid was hanging around when he was about 5 years old in the clubhouse at Wrigley Field. His old man, Sarge.
You like Sarge, don't you?
Anybody that's been around him, you have to love him.
The pitch out in the count 1-0. Nothing doing, by the way, with Upton. Good man, Gary Matthews. Good man. He always has a way to make you laugh.
You talk about a leader on the baseball field.
Yeah.
Well, that's why he got the nickname Sarge, because he was the leader, period.
1-0, the count to Mark.
Ooh, hanging breaking ball right there. Still buckled Reynolds.
Mark hitting .247 with runners in scoring position this season, but just one hit in his last 14 opportunities. As that one is buried in. 2-1 the count. That curveball has a little bit more tilt than was previewed. Pitching coach Mike Butcher saying a lot of times if you look at a clock, it's about a 1-7. He's got some good 12-6 downward tilt on it right now. Not overpowering, as you said. A changeup, a couple of different fastballs. Two-seamer and four-seamer. That one into center field. And finally, they will get that bugaboo out of their ear of being unable to score with a runner on third and one out. And they do it there in the first inning.
RBI number 54, the freebie, if you will, for Mark Reynolds. Nice job of hitting right there. Just got him something up in the zone.
Center fielder
He doesn't overswing. He just puts it in play. And he's strong enough to get it out to deep enough center field and score Felipe Lopez. Good to see the Diamondbacks come out and take the lead after squandering opportunities in the first two games here in the first inning.
And that is certainly good for Max Scherzer, by the way, who threw 12 pitches in that first inning. No problem here seeing Justin Upton take off. You have a very good thrower in Mathis. The better of the two with regard to defense, he and Napoli, but we saw what Napoli could do with a bat in his hand yesterday. So we'll see if they try to take advantage. Breaking ball, pretty good one. And 0-1 the count. But Palmer in his brief major league career has allowed 8 stolen bases with just 1 thrown out.
Well, it is a good time to run here if you're Justin Upton. You've got a guy in. Palmer throws a lot of breaking balls. You got 2 outs. Why not try to get in scoring position?
Bouncing ball right side. It's a single for Parra. Upton thinks about getting an extra bag and draws the throw. So Gerardo Parra continues to handle pitches, especially with runners on base. Though it's been a tough month of June for him overall.
Just a little cut fastball, stays right, bell tied. That's what you're supposed to do with it. Rip it. Nice job by Bobby Abreu, charging that ball hard and keeping Justin Upton at second base.
What started the conversation I was telling you about Mark Grayson, folks, with Miguel Montero was his praise for Napoli and Mathis by his locker this morning, talking about Mathis's catching abilities and the huge pop, as he said, for Napoli in the bat. And it quickly turned into Miguel saying, as he waves at a breaking ball, I just have to do better. I continue to get these opportunities, and this time now more than ever for my team and for myself, and you have to play for both. I need to take advantage of this stretch of playing almost every day. And he said, I haven't so far offensively.
Well, because if you don't, after a couple of years, if you don't take the bull by the horns, if you don't start having consistent success, well, you get labeled in this game, Darren. You'll get labeled as a part-time player. Nope, he's not good enough to play every day. That's what will happen at this level if you go stagnant for a couple or 3 years.
Shoots that one into left field. Pretty piece of hitting. Come on down. Rivera fires it to the plate. Well, he got it done today. 2-0 is the score. The Diamondbacks on top. He is now 4 for his last 9 with runners in scoring position. Previewed this morning over coffee. I have to help more.
That's right up Miguel's alley there. That's where he likes the ball. Out over the plate. He does a good job of going with the pitch, drilling it into left field. And nobody's going to throw out Justin Upton once he gets ahead of steam. That's good to see. I'm glad to hear him say those things too, Darren, because there comes a time in your career where you come to that crossroads. Okay, am I an everyday player in the big leagues, or am I happy just being, the left-handed side of the platoon? Well, you want that answer to be, I want to be the everyday guy.
Right now the door is cracked. It can close again, or he can bang it through with that man watching.
And Chris Snyder has to have that same mindset.
Alex Romero now 1 for 3 back in the big leagues this year with a walk. Hit .230 last year in 78 games for the Arizona Diamondbacks, as that one is up and away. Yeah, Gracie, the conversation with Miguel continued with regard to defense. We'll wait a while to when he's back out there working, but just some good stuff. I mean, some very self-aware thoughts. And on a team that's really struggling to find anything positive, it was interesting to hear. A topper out to short, to the bag where Montero is erased. Arizona, well, they get that albatross at least in the first inning today, unattached. Oh, we have a special guest on this birthday. Come on in, Baxter. Come on in and see. Look at this, Gracie.
Hi, Baxter.
This is for you.
I like Baxter more than those tacos. How you doing, buddy?
This is good stuff here. Very exciting.
Thank you very much. Wow, I got a lot of stuff. Wow. Okay. That's pink. That's my color.
Wow. It's a Disney princess card. Disney princesses.
Well, thank you, I think.
That's
not much big league about that.
He goes back to work. Sure as it does. It's a strike.
Oh, my goodness. This looks big. I like big presents.
That's the card, by the way.
Okay, now we got it. Yep. Baxter, you going to let me do the honors here? Thank you.
Stephen Drew wields and fires and erases Juan Rivera. 1 out. Keep an eye down there. Gracie will continue to open up. Boy, I can't wait to see what's inside.
Goodness gracious. This is wrapped up pretty nicely.
Yeah, that's a good bit.
Oh, wow.
Here's Kendry Morales. Hey, second present.
It's another box.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, this looks like it might be some vino or something. It's a box.
Pitches away. Back to the action of the gift. Here it is. What's in there?
Present.
Oh, another.
What's going on here?
He is so mischievous. That one misses away.
You don't have that hand buzzer again, do you, Baxter? I got about 100 bolts a couple days ago from you.
There
I
we
still
go.
Remember that.
There we go.
Okay. Got to open up another box, it looks like.
Good fastball. 2-1 the count. What do you got in there? Here it is.
Okay, finally.
Coming out.
Well, no, not finally. It's another present.
Hold on. Don't open it yet. We got to show we have another present. He got another wrapped gift in there. As that one misses in. There it is. Now another one. Oh, look at this.
Oh, it's a Stephen Drew bobblehead.
That one is fouled off. I don't think it is.
Ha ha. Wait, it's Baxter's head on. It's your head on my bobblehead.
That is a great gift. That is a dream duo there. Swung right through it. It was a fastball up. Down goes Kendry Morales. Oh, he has an "It's My Birthday" button.
Center fielder number 24, Gary Matthews.
Baxter, I never looked so good. That's
Baxter. That is incredible.
That was a lot of work to get to that. Let's be honest. And,
we gotta see this again here. Hello? Anyone? There's the card.
Okay. Another year older, another year wiser, and thanks to me, you finally have a good and attractive head on your shoulders. Your best friend forever, Baxter. You know what?
I
love you, pal. Thank you so much. And my 8-year-old and my 5-year-old, Jackson and Preston, you know what they like to do to bobbleheads? Pull the head right off of them. So guess what, Baxter? I mean, don't worry. Don't take it personal. They did it to Randy Johnson's. They did it to Dad's. They did it to everybody's. And I'm going to really enjoy them pulling your head right off of this thing.
Wow.
So thank you. Thank you so much. Put her there. Thank you, everybody.
Very good stuff. Baxter stopping by for your birthday. Broken bat. But while he gets a new bat, this gives us a moment, Mark Grace, for me to do a post-moment interview. What was this like for you? Have Baxter come visit to open 9 boxes to get a Disney princess birthday card. I know because I have 2 daughters.
Well,
I got him the exact same card this past year.
That was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it's a mess in here now.
That one is fouled off. By the way, there's 2 outs.
What?
Yeah, I just thought I'd let you know. 1 and 2 the count.
How's Max doing?
Max is doing great.
Is he throwing the ball well?
Yep. He got Rivera to ground out. He blew away Kendry Morales.
I've been opening boxes. And
I understand.
Wrapping paper. Look at this place.
That one is fouled off. 2 and 2 the count. This is the best part right here, right there. I love that. That's a good birthday card for you, Gracie.
Well, Baxter, he's the mischievous one. What is that?
Plays a princess song when you open it.
Oh, okay. That was nice of Baxter. I think I'm gonna have a hunk of that cake. The Baxter head on my bobblehead.
Ground ball to short. And we thought that we reached low moments when the taco with arms came in just a few nights ago. Well, welcome to a lower tier of broadcast excellence. Happy birthday, pal. Home plate here at Chase Field. Augie Ojeda, switch hitter, to lead things off. As the first pitch, a fastball, 88. It's high, 1-0 the count. 88. It's about as deep as he will go. He can maybe touch 90 on a rare occasion. Has to live out on the fringes of the plate, does Palmer. Augie hits a fly ball, well struck. Matthews going back, tracks it, squares up, and easily makes the play for the out.
There's an old saying, Darren, in baseball, a little guy hit it. And that's the perfect situation. A long fly ball to center. First thing somebody's going to say, yeah, but a little guy hit it. So they're rarely home runs out there off the bat of guys like Augie Ojeda.
The utility infielder, when he gets all of it, most of the time it doesn't sail. All the way out, anyway.
They usually don't go 430 feet.
Through this at bat, and I think it'd be appropriate in support of Max Scherzer. There is a key to the game that really fits today.
Uh-oh.
And this is from the truck. And certainly, as Max rounds the bases, in support of Max, and in support of Mark Grace, who doesn't like a big deal made of his birthday, our Arrowhead Brown & Brown and Superstition Springs Chevy dealers, no gifts, please. No gifts, please. You know, don't make a big deal. No gifts. You've been very humble about your birthday today. Here's the other part of it. The defenders that play behind Max Scherzer, no gifts for the other team. No more gifts.
No more Little League homers.
No.
I got you. See, I like that. I like that a lot.
This club's fielding percentage, and there are different ways to gauge defense. We have grown in that area covering this game, but strictly fielding percentage, they are 29th in Major League Baseball. They've made 67 errors, the second most of any team in the game.
Well, and also the physical errors that you talk about, but gosh, there's also been so many mental errors this year that don't show up in the scorecard or the box scores, Darren. Like, for instance, yesterday, it doesn't show up in the box score, and really, unless you know the game of baseball, you don't realize that all the things that went wrong just in that one play, not backing up, not being in the right position, spectating when there's some place you need to be. Those are all errors that don't show up in the score sheet, but they hurt just as bad.
To the bag, plays made, 1, 2, 3, go the Diamondbacks. Palmer settles down.
And welcome back to Chase Field in downtown Phoenix. Max Scherzer and the Arizona Diamondbacks lead the Angels 2-0. It is a Sunday, so it's a Kidcaster Sunday. Pleased to be joined by 12-year-old Fabian Ardaya, today's Kidcaster. You're not nervous about calling a game today at all?
No, I broadcast the games before. It's fine.
It's fine. So no nerves at all. You're just going to go up there and give Sutton and Gracie a break for an inning?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now tell us a little bit about your experience.
On April 19th, I broadcasted a Los Angeles Dodgers game live for 9 innings on radio.
Wow. Took over for Vin Scully in that one. Also, guys, what are you looking forward to most about going to the booth?
Well, Well, it's Gracie's birthday, so I got a special present from his dig room.
Really?
Wow,
all right,
Gracie.
we'll keep that a surprise until he goes up to the booth. But he's Fabian Ardaya. He's 12 years old, and he goes to Anderson Junior High School in the 8th grade. Good luck, guys.
Hey, thanks.
All right, let's kick it back to the booth. Fabian's coming your way.
Wow, he's got something for my dig me room.
Uh-huh.
You know what the dig me room is, right?
All your accomplishments.
Well, it's where I dig myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Very arrogant.
I went there one point when we visited your home, the one time you invited me. And I brought a bag. I was trying to take some things out of the dig me room.
Well,
to make it a Dig Gracie room in my house.
That's why I got those Doberman pinchers.
They were
just for that night.
I mean, right there in front of the shelves. They were staring right at me.
Ooh, good breaking ball there from Max. Jump ahead 0-2. Boy, what a dinner I had last night, Darren.
Did you get with Tori?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
I'll tell you what. He's not like you. Whoa. Montero.
Yeah.
Took a tumble throwing that ball to first base. Now he actually bought.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Well, he's nothing like me then.
It was great.
No. We'll compare W2s, me and Tori, and see if maybe he should have bought.
Good point. Very good point.
I think he just enjoyed being, well, I mean, there's Oprah, there's Maury, and there was Tori on Friday night, basically. I think he enjoyed the focus he got.
A terrific kid.
And he earned it, by the way. We had a great interview with him. He earned the right.
He's a good Arkansas boy.
Is he now?
He's from Pine Bluff. My family's from up in the northwest corner of the state.
2-2 the count, Jeff Mathis. He is a Floridian. And the one thing we told you earlier, he's always been able to do is catch, and catch really well at an elite level, but the bat is not followed. He's a 197 career hitter. But he's Mike Scioscia's backup. Mike believes in it. 2-2.
Well, 0-2 to 3-2 for Max again.
By the way, when Mike empowers you within the whole organization, that's good enough.
Yeah, exactly. He's in charge. Mike Scioscia's in charge.
3-2 the count. See if we can roll up a ground ball here. Strike him out. Throw him out. Miguel Montero is having a really good afternoon at this point, during a day in which he did some soul searching this morning.
Well, it all starts with Max Scherzer throwing a strike right down the middle. Montero again, a beautiful throw. Good tag there by Stephen Drew. So far, you have to tell Miguel Montero, you're having a heck of a game, and he's going to put this one to rest as well. So do it, Miguel.
He does it, and you will do it. It's time to go D-back to basics on this Sunday. Let's learn how to play first base from Mark Grace. Up here at Futures Field, it's time to learn. Welcome back to D-Back to Basics. I'm Darren Sutton. You know camp guy Jeff Roden. This week, Gold Glove guy Mark Grace. We're going to talk about playing first base. You ready to learn? You better go out and play shortstop.
I agree. Get him out there. That's our shortstop. All right. First base is a very simple position when the ball is hit to the first baseman, let alone me. Okay, ball's hit to me, I'm going to get it, and I'm just going to simply step on first base. But what happens if the ball is hit to another infielder? Jeff Roden, for instance, my shortstop today. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be playing back now. Now I see the ball is hit to my shortstop. I don't walk or trot to first base. I bust it, getting over here quick. And I'm a left-handed first baseman. This is my throwing hand, so I'm using my throwing foot, my left foot, to cover the bag. I'm going to keep my knees flexed, slightly shoulder width apart, and I'm always going to anticipate a bad throw. Even major leaguers make bad throws. We see it all the time. So now I'm here, I'm ready, and I get a proper throw. Now I've got it. Now what happens if you're flexed and now all of a sudden here comes that bad throw? Oh my goodness, I'm ready for it. I'm not surprised by it so you're able to make that play. Another thing you have to think about, with a quicker base runner, you may have to stretch. You may have to get a little bit closer to your shortstop. What you have to guard against, don't stretch too early. Wait for your infielder to throw the baseball. Then you can stretch this way, you can stretch this way, or you can stretch straight towards the ball. If I stretch too soon, what can happen is I get out, oh my goodness, I can't reach that because I'm already off balance.
All right, so the bottom line is a tough position. Gracie, thanks for teaching us.
Well, thank you. Just remember, get here as fast as you can, knees flexed, always anticipate a bad throw, and don't stretch too early.
Like it happens every week, you just learned. This has been D Back to Basics.
Are you interested in improving your baseball and softball skills? Well, then contact the D-Backs Training Centers at dbacks.com/camps or call 1-800-821-7152. Nice job, Mark Grace. Right back to the action. Stephen Drew takes a good-looking breaking ball for strike one.
Oh, gosh, you don't want that.
He doesn't want that. He's not allowed to.
I'm having too much fun up here with my boy, D. Sutt.
Yeah, I'm not. No, he's not allowed. But now, you certainly have the skills to teach some baseball. No doubt about that. I think that's what he meant. The 1-1. 1-2 the count. 2-0 the score. The Diamondbacks on top. Had some energy in that segment, Mark Grace.
Yeah, I was out of breath.
Fly ball, well struck center field. Matthews, the heart and soul of the Angels defensively, a fine center fielder. Let's take a look at the entire defense with Rivera, Matthews, and Abreu. On the infield, it's Figgins, Ibar, Izturis, and Morales. And then behind home plate, Jeff Mathis. He works with Matt Palmer. Vlad Guerrero. We knew going in he was not going to start in this series at all. He is the designated hitter. And he is a guy that getting healthy, some pec issues, always has had leg issues the last few years, back issues. And Mike Scioscia saying he'll be my pinch hitter for 3 days, clearly at the beginning of the series. You've seen him trot out. Justin Upton off the end of the bat. It dies out there in the glove of Gary Matthews. All right, this is good news here. The good news is if this club can add on, first of all, they need to. They talk about that a lot. Anytime the D-backs score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell is giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the following day at participating locations.
Well, Darren, 5 of the 8 outs today for the Arizona Diamondbacks have been fly balls to center field. Gary Matthews has been a busy man out there. I had my very first hitting coach in the major leagues, a fellow by the name of Joe Altobelli. I'm sure you've heard of the name, or maybe know Joe Altobelli. Always told me, at this level, young man, stay out of the air to center field. Why, might you ask? Because, well, first of all, in order to hit a home run to center, that's the deepest part of the ballpark. It's the biggest part of the ballpark. You got to hit about 430 feet. He said also, the other team's best outfielder is going to be patrolling center field. So there's no money to be made hitting the ball in the air to center field.
On the ground, line drives.
Line drives are good, but stay out of the air to center field.
I'm going to have to remind you when that comes up again to have you tell that story again. 3-1 the count.
It's the first time in at least 2 or 3 days that I've told that story.
Oh, please. I've never heard it. It's a wonderful story. The 3-1. That is in. Now, there was one gentleman who was in the air to center field yesterday. He wears red, unfortunately not Sedona red, by the name of Mike Napoli. He was in the air to center field, but he was in the air up, over, and out.
Yeah, he almost hit his face on the scoreboard.
He really did.
Your scoreboard, your face is up there. Here it is. If you can hit it that far, if you can hit it that far, go ahead and hit it in the air to center field.
That's all right.
But 95% of even major leaguers aren't hitting balls that far.
Gerardo Parra, he singled back in the first inning, and it was a good thing he extended the inning. He put a token in the merry-go-round, simply put, as Reynolds is shot back to the bag. And then Miguel Montero drove in the run. I think Mark Grace, as they look to add on again, a big second run, too, in that first inning.
Provided by Montero. Yeah, yep. One run is great, and you love it. But, man, when you can get that second, not only get the second run, Darren, but how you did it. You did it with 2 outs. Those are the crushing blows. Pitcher's 1 pitch away from getting out of the inning. Nope. We're going to have to do it some more.
1-0 the count to Parra. The Diamondbacks have a tomorrow off, and then they travel. They head on out to Cincinnati, Ohio. And then it's off to Denver, Colorado.
The Queen City.
The Queen City. Riverboats. That one on the ground to the bag. The play is made by Eric Ibar. Skyline chilly at 2 in the afternoon or 2 in the morning. Fox Sports Arizona presents Diamondbacks Baseball, brought to you by the top 3 power Chevy dealers in the Valley: Arrowhead, Brown & Brown, and Superstition Springs. Zenbach, triple hops brewed, Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. On this Sunday, we welcome you back to Chase Field. Mark Grace, Mark McClune, Darren Sutton, and you. I trust that you have had a good weekend to this point. To this point, good work being performed by Max Scherzer as he works here in the 4th. And he throws pitch number 38, which is strike 1 to Sean Figgins. Change up, strike 2.
That's the thing. These Angels are trying to take pitches. They're trying to get deep in the count. Max Scherzer continuing to throw. Strike 1. Now you've got to put him in swing mode.
It's going to be a tough play for Drew. Figgins can run. Guess what? He just made it. Nice play, Stephen Drew. Figgins comes out of that left-handed batter's box. Legs are a little bit older, but he still can move. He has 23 stolen bases.
Gorgeous play by Stephen Drew. We've seen on this homestand Stephen Drew make some really good plays going to his right with the backhand and still getting plenty on the throw to really easily get Sean Figgins there, Darren.
This is a stretch you were teaching us about.
You see how he waited for the throw to be released, then he stretched to the ball. That was perfectly done by a guy that's really never played first base up until last month.
The 1-0 is fouled back. 1-1 the count.
Gas.
Swinging right through it. 1-2 the count.
See him get to the bag, his throwing foot with his throwing hand, and then see you can easily get out there and stretch, but stretch quickly. Don't get out there and stretch before Stephen Drew makes the throw. Very well done by Mark Reynolds.
2-2 the count to Myceres Turris. It is, though, Gracie. It's something that you probably should do against Max, but with his stuff, a risky proposition if he's pounding that strike zone.
Absolutely. You're going to find
If a guy like Max is throwing strikes early in the count, well, he's got you.
Out front of the changeup, tried to get there and didn't hit it hard, but just hit it in the hole. And so Torres on a changeup picks up a base hit.
See, that's another thing that Mark Reynolds will have to learn on which balls that he maybe goes to the bag on and which balls to chase over into the hole.
Our Aflac trivia question. I'm told you might like this one. The only player to hit 3 home runs on their birthday.
It wasn't me.
You sure?
I never hit 3 home runs in a game.
Maybe you just don't remember. Maybe you forgot.
I don't think I even did that in T-ball. Like ever?
You had a good birthday, though, pal. Look at that. 407 on base percentage on your birthday. 304 batting average.
And drove in a whopping 3.
Well, come on.
Thanks for putting that up. Boy. They just didn't pitch to me on those days, Darren.
That's exactly right.
3 hole in, what, 16 years of my major league career? On June 28th, I drove in 3 runs. Well,
I wonder what you're hitting the day after your birthday.
Probably not very well with the headache I probably had.
The 1-1. That one is fouled off. And the count is 1-2. On Bobby Abreu. Career 300 hitter on the nose. A career 404 on base percentage. This year he's hitting 295. And there's something about walking up to the dais at that banquet when you're introduced as he fouls that one off. And being able to have him say, our special guest tonight is a gentleman that was a career 300 hitter, Bobby Abreu. Doesn't sound quite as good. Our special guest tonight, gentleman that hit 299 in his major league career, Bobby Abreu.
Exactly. Sounds a bunch better.
You know, as that one is in, 2-2 the count. By the way, on this day, June 28th, as we trust you're having a good day, some other good birthdays. Mel Brooks, John Elway born today.
Was he really?
Actor John Cusack.
Gilda Radner, the late great Gilda Radner. Pat Morita, you remember him, don't you?
I remember Kelly Pickler from American Idol.
I don't remember Kelly Pickler. But
Remind me of
Pat Morita was remember Happy Days?
Sure.
Remember the Asian gentleman that owned Arnold's Drive-In? Arnold? Yeah, that's Pat Morita.
Oh, that's big league.
And he was also on the Kung Fu
Karate Kid.
Karate Kid. He was the
wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off. I can't remember his name in the movie though. Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Miyagi. That's Pat Morita.
Good stuff. Runner goes 3-2. Slaps it to the dugout. Just takes it out of the catcher's mitt. There's an example right there. There was a hit and run with a run on the move, but this is why you see so many pitches. He spoiled a pitch last minute there.
He spoiled about 4 of them in this at bat.
Look out.
That's all that's all he's trying to do there is just foul it off. And he's got the ability to do that.
Keeping an eye on the runner. The runner goes. The pitch is high, and it's ball 4.
Yeah, he just wore out Max Scherzer there.
So now Max, with a couple of runners on, faces Juan Rivera. Abreu, 41 walks this year, 45 strikeouts. Good numbers. That's how you get a career on base percentage of over 400. So now Juan Rivera, 300 hitter, 11 homers, 39 batted in. Grounded out to short back in the second inning. Max has rolled up 5 double plays this season. Perfect time to throw one low in the zone here. We're up and bury it in on his hands. That does nothing. Rivera fires the bat down. An explosive fastball.
That was the best fastball of the day right there for Max Scherzer. And got a much needed, not only the pop out, but got it on the second pitch, Darren. Just right in on his hands and just buries it on the handle. Good pitch.
It's that late life. We always talk about having late life on your fastball. And as you have explained to us, you swing thinking you're swinging at a pitch down the middle. Boy, it's not. The third hardest thrower in the National League. An average fastball of right about 94 miles an hour. That's average.
Who's the hardest? That kid up in Colorado?
Ubaldo Jimenez. That's
Jimenez.
Exactly right.
Starting pitcher, you're saying, right? Or pitcher, period.
Hardest throwing starting pitcher. Jimenez is the hardest thrower in the game, actually. His average fastball is almost 96. 95 and a half. 1-0 the count to Kendry Morales.
He just poured that right down the middle, and that's still locked up Morales.
Number 2 Gracie in the National League, Josh Johnson of the Marlins.
You know, now that he's healthy again, Josh Johnson is a guy that can win a lot of games for the Florida Marlins.
The 1-1. Change up, a good one. Hey, don't forget, want to quickly remind you, the best singles night mixer of the year, Friday, July 10th, D-backs Marlins game. Tickets are just $15. Head on out to the Miller Lite Diamond Club. A complimentary tequila tasting event.
What?
See of Cuervo Silva.
Well, I'm in town too, so I'll be out there.
A singles mixer.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to be careful on just how much I partake in the tequila tasting contest, so I don't want to be bad on the air that night.
That's a change up away. No, you won't be actually partaking. You can pour. No, gotta work.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to be
kind of like
drinking a bunch of tequila and then coming on the air.
Yeah, that wouldn't be big league. I'm big league about it. 3-1 the count. Hitters count. Let's see what he has for him here. A fastball, and he beat him. I don't think there's room, though, for the play to be made. All right, now here's the question I have for you. We have seen him nibble a little bit, not a lot, in this inning, a little bit more with changeups. Morales, a left-handed hitter who changeup might not be a bad choice. But do you throw it or do you throw the fastball? What you just saw right there.
I have to throw my fastball. That's by far his best pitch. I just think right now, if you can hit the outside part of the plate with it, give him a fastball away somewhere around the knees, I think he'll be just fine. He should get the out with it.
Runners go. He did, but he overthrew it, and it's outside, ball 4. You know what happens with pitchers, and he's going to get a visit from Mel Stottlemyre, Gracie, and you probably witnessed it a lot standing in the batter's box. You get a guy in a situation like that, and it's his best pitch, but he tried to throw it better than best, if that makes sense.
He tried to throw it too hard. And when you, like you said, when you try to make it too good, when you try to make it better than, what'll happen usually is you'll get fouled up mechanically. And what happened there is he flew wide open. The front shoulder flew wide open. He just never finished the pitch. He didn't drive right at the target. He just flew open and missed badly up and away.
Well, we are comfortably sitting on a turning point in this ball game because Gracie talked about the importance of a 2-out RBI back in the first inning for the Diamondbacks. A couple of walks in this inning has Max beaten himself up, I would imagine. Gary Matthews has 4 hits in his last 47 at-bats.
Well, Darren.
1-0.
Remember the key to our game today? It was a great key. No gifts, please. Well, there's 2 of them sitting out on the bases right now.
That applies. That's perfect.
Walks are just as bad as errors.
Change up. He took it. Bases loaded. 1-0 change up. 2-0 the count.
I just got to aim right down the middle and throw a strike. Take your chances.
Didn't get the call. 3-0 the count. Looked like it was at the knees. When you go to walk in, those walls close in on that strike zone. Let's see.
Might have been a little low. Could have been a strike. That's a strike.
3-1 the count.
See, if I'm Matthews now, I'm taking another.
The 3-1. 3-2 the count.
He got beat by the fastball. It was right down the middle. He threw it for a strike. Now, Max has fought back. There's going to be a lot of action on the bases. Everybody will be in motion on this 3-2 pitch with 2 outs. Boy, if Max can find a way to get out of this, boy, momentum clearly on the Diamondback side.
Pitch number 30 on the inning is slapped past Augie Ojeda. 1 runner score. Another run comes on down to score. At the back end, racing home is Morales. He is safe. Another error by the Diamondbacks defense as Gary Matthews Jr. moving up. And the Angels grab the lead 3-2. A 2-out, huge 3 RBI double.
That pitch is off the plate, but he just goes out and swats it down the third base line. Augie Ojeda just couldn't make the play. And because the runners were on the move on the 3-2 count, they all score, and another error here. That's just another one. Just take a bite out of it. You don't need to make that throw. He was easily across the bag already. So Max Scherzer, the 2 walks, come around to score.
Changeup, strike 1. He uses his changeup now more than his slider. Hardly ever throws a slider to a left-handed hitter. I mean, Matthews, as much as he is struggling, there's a slider to a lefty. Good to see. Rarely, if ever, does he throw that. Matthews with that hit, still 5 hits in his last 48 at-bats. All well and good that that's career hit number 998. But he has been struggling mightily.
Well, Max fell behind him.
1-2 the count. Mike Sosa's bunch. It's one thing to play sound, but even when you're being beaten and a pitcher is taking it to you, you don't crack the door to this club.
They're too good, too talented. They got a lot of guys.
Steal of home is on the way. Safe. A stolen base of home by Gary Matthews Jr. Talk about aggressive base running. Gary Matthews Jr. just stole home. We'll see if he was actually safe on the replay. The Angels fans love it. Hinch out to argue.
No, he missed the tag. He missed the tag. Never tag him. That's a good call.
Oh, you bet. That's a very good call. A straight, true steal of home by Gary Matthews Jr. No double steal.
I love that.
Jackie Robinson be very proud of that, wouldn't he?
You just don't see that very often anymore. That is, that's awesome. Awesome baseball.
Fly ball to center field, going back is Parra. When you play for Mike Scioscia, and we've learned it for a decade, if you leave a door or a window cracked, his entire team will race right through it. A steal of home. An unbelievable inning. If the Diamondbacks hit a home run this inning, Gila River Casinos hit and win sign. They do it in the fourth. A lucky fan watching here on television will win a jackpot of $420,000. Good luck to Larry Arrington today. Jackpot grows $10,000 each time. For official rules and information, visit dbacks.com/hit and win. You talk about steals of home. Jacoby Ellsbury had done it earlier this year with Boston. Philadelphia's Jason Worth has done it. That is the third true steal of home this year. There have been 3 others that have been on the back end of a double steal. That is a player, Mark Grace, out there in center field that was 4 for 46 coming in, has not at all lived up to his billing of a lucrative contract, and he did this. His focus still good enough to do this.
Pretty amazing. And just gutsy baseball, aggressive baseball, pedal to the metal baseball. I can't get enough of this Angel team.
Bouncing ball to the right side. Matthews, again, a struggling Angel, no doubt about it, but doing what he can. Let's answer our Aflac trivia question. Aflac! The only player to hit 3 home runs on their birthday? Aflac!
Mickey Mantle.
Nomar Garcia Parra. 1-0 the count to Alex Romero. No, not a good question.
That's probably the worst one of the year.
1-1 the count.
I mean, there was no Diamondback tie-in, no Angel tie-in.
No, just all about you, Mark. It's your birthday.
No, it didn't have any me tie-in either.
No.
Yep, terrible question.
That was Marty Tarr's question, by the way.
Well, are we allowed to fine directors?
The money they make, we should get into their pockets. You know?
I agree.
Hey, we hope the D-backs do that, but more than anything, we hope on the bottom part, Bridget beat cancer. We're all in with that. Godspeed to those fans, and a little bit of speed on display by Romero. Now, Mark Grace, I have to go back. I can't let it get too far because you need to educate me. Okay. All the games you were on the baseball field. There is obviously a defensive lapse when a player steals home, correct? I mean, with the pitcher, with regard to the attention he is paying?
I think it was that's stolen on the pitcher. Max has a very deliberate delivery. He takes his time getting the ball to the plate when he's in the windup.
And again, with a runner on third, you have the option. You can switch and stay in the stretch, or you can go to the windup.
Right.
And he opted, I believe. Let's see if he went from the windup. You bet. Look how far he had gotten.
And then Miguel's a little slow getting up to the tagging area of home plate there. He was safe. He still hadn't tagged him.
And you can still, obviously, in the windup, as you take that step back, plant your eyes right on that base runner at third. Give him a look before you start. Give him a look when you go. And it just didn't happen that time for Max. A power pitcher. A lot of power pitchers. Notoriously very focused on their preparation. Exactly. A hot fly. Augie is safe. Somehow. Did he not find the baseball?
He didn't run.
Well, that's why I asked, because he didn't run at all. I mean, if that throw is accurate, he's out, and he had to lose the baseball.
He must have thought he fouled it off. He doesn't know where it is. Well, just run anyway. When in doubt, run. So now even veterans like Augie Ojeda making mental mistakes.
One 1-0 the count. Max Scherzer. Palmer last year spent some time pitching for San Francisco. Had a little cup of coffee with the Giants. Just 3 starts and got batted around pretty good. 0-2 record and 8.53 ERA. As that one is low. 2-0 the count. Angels just signed him for nothing. I mean, he was a guy that was acquired off the waiver wire. Gave him a chance. He wore number 90 in spring training. That's why you like a story like this. The injuries and the tragic path to passing to Nick Adenhart in the traffic accident. And he's doing his best to make the most of this opportunity. A guy that pitched in 206 games in the minor leagues. Drops down the bunt. And because Figgins cheated in a little bit on that one, there was nowhere for Mathis to throw. He wanted to throw there, but good job drawing Figgins in. So he moves around to second and third. Our Quest high-speed internet, high-speed pitch velocity. And Palmer will tell you, I usually don't get that much. Pitching coach said 87 to 90. He's got 91 max. That's no surprise at all. You always like the radar gun. It'll give you another mile an hour or two. If you're a guy that barely gets over 90, rarely gets over 90. He was a 31st round draft pick in 02 out of Southwest Missouri State. Change up, and it's away. 2-0 the count. Irvin Santana goes on the DL. Calvin Escobar goes on the DL. And we mentioned, of course, the tragedy with Adenhart.
Found himself in the big leagues.
You know, it's a call to arms for anybody and anyone willing and able. You know, Mark Grace, you think about it with Mike's team, with the Angels, with what they went through, with the tragic passing. I mean, that alone can set a team back for a season. I mean, put them in a fog, and for how they have handled themselves and for how they have, and he gets credit. He won't take any of it, and you heard it the other day.
Well, and that's just the kind of guy he is. He deserves a lot of the credit, but he doesn't want it and doesn't accept it.
Bouncing ball, gobbled up to the bag. He goes. Morales with the play. The Diamondbacks come up empty. They trail at 4-2. In 2009, our McDonald's poll question: which American League batter did you enjoy seeing the most? As the first pitch misses in. A, B, C, or D to 74499. And we had them all as guests on the show, which was great. Jason Giambi, Ken Griffey Jr., Michael Young, or Torrey Hunter. On the ground, Stephen Drew ranging to his left, fields and fires and got it. And he's off the bag. It was bobbled. So he's safe. So that'll be another error for the Diamondbacks, and the beat goes on.
Is that just another dropped throw by a Diamondback first baseman? We saw it from Tony Clark up in Seattle to lose a ball game. And now it's Mark Reynolds' turn to just flat out miss the baseball. We praise him when he deserves it. That's just a lack of concentration right there. That's all that is.
So Matt Palmer, with the slash being on, he was really committed to that slash. I mean, when they said slash, he didn't care. Slash meaning you square to bunt, pull the bat back, and then you swing.
Right.
That's how much they follow the orders of their coaches, these Angels.
Well, you pull it back and then you swing at a strike. You don't swing at a pitch out.
This time he squares and does it again. Look at this. Palmer up and over the head.
I want to play for Mike Scioscia.
Oh, my goodness.
You like this baseball, Darren Sutton?
Oh, you bet. Look at this. All the way to third he goes.
You mess up the slash the first time, we'll do it again.
He had 8 hits in 8 minor league seasons. He now has 2 hits here in the big leagues. Well, they stayed with the slash. Thought he was bunting that time. Brought Augie in, up and over the head. Runners on first and third for the Angels. Oh, and 1 the count. Los Angeles with 4 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. The Diamondbacks with 2 runs, 6 hits, and 2 errors. As that one is flipped into the seats. '69 errors on the season for Arizona defensively. Second highest total in Major League Baseball. Good 0-2 pitch. He wasn't interested, though. The Angels head off to Texas after this one. That's where that man had a magical season. And was able to make what many say is one of the better plays that they've seen when he went up and over that wall in Texas. That's where they'll play. Slapped it the other way. Thinking about coming home with it, but the bobble cost him, and the play is made across the diamond. Figgins is erased. Mark Grace, did he have a shot at the plate?
Yes, he did. So Augie Ojeda, he can't come up with the high hopper. And I think once he picks it up, he's still out of play at the plate. But he decided to go to first and got the out there, but 5-2 now for the Angels.
That is not obviously a miscue on the scoreboard. Doesn't count in that way. But the runner going from first to third, Mathis, the catcher, on the base hit by the pitcher, Palmer.
Well, Darren, how did Mathis get on base?
An error.
On?
A throw right at the waist on the first baseman.
Yeah, chest high throw. It's just, and that's just the way it's been on this homestand. We saw it yesterday with the quote unquote little league home run. Okay, just taking things for granted. It's a lack of focus, a lack of concentration, and that's how you're going to lose games if you continue to bring that kind of style to your game. And if you watch the Angels, you know, they're stealing home, and there it is right there. Remember we were talking about the first base position, get the knees flexed, get the feet just slightly more than shoulder width apart. If you just stand there flat-footed, bad things can happen.
The error total of 69, by the way, now leads the major leagues. And what a dubious honor that is. 0-2 the count. 1 out. Myceres Turris. Shoots that one to right field just enough to drops the baseball. Not much more to say, folks.
Well, right before our very eyes, we're seeing the Jenga tower come crumbling down.
Right fielder Bobby Abreu.
And unfortunately, the fans are booing. And well, deservedly so. They deserve better than this.
Six to 2 the score. As Turris goes all the way to third. Here's Bobby Abreu. Infield drawn in. 1-0 the count to Abreu, patiently waiting as he always does. Just 4 home runs this year, so the power's certainly down, but all the other areas of his game, the internal numbers, the on-base percentage, continues as he takes that changeup for a strike. 1-1. Bouncing ball through the wickets into right field. The fourth there.
Well, if you're AJ Hinch, if you could right now, you'd not only take Max Scherzer out of the game, but you'd take a bunch of the guys out of the game.
Seven two.
Well, it had to, because that's not Max's fault. No, that's not Max's fault. There's your 3 outs right there, and a scoreless inning instead. He has to hand the ball to AJ Hinch and walk to the dugout and be a spectator the rest of the game.
1-0 the count. 7-2 the score. The Angels lead it. The Angels will beat you. There's no doubt about that. And they have a method to their madness, and their madness is very contained and controlled. But it's one thing to be beaten, and it's an entirely different situation to truly beat yourself. There were a couple of walks in the 4th inning. They both scored. Hey, Gary Matthews, he came through. That was Legitimate, timely hitting. Took a pitch away and did what you're supposed to do with it, but then he stole home. Moved to third on an error, by the way, and then stole home. Inning starts with an error. With a runner on, that one is drilled left field. Going back, and it is Romero for the one-up to the wall. Leaps, ball. Off the top of the wall, up over and out. And so the Angels pour it on, add on. Juan Rivera with a home run. And it's 9-2.
Fastball right down the middle. Rivera pounds it. He thinks he got it. Hits the top of the wall. And out it goes. Romero just ran to the wrong spot before he leaped.
Oh, and 1 the count to Kendry Morales. Struggles a moment to pick it up. Morales in the third. The ball trickles on by.
Center fielder Gary Matthews.
Here's Gary Matthews Jr.
Well, Darren, sometimes silence is golden.
A changeup, 0-1 the count. Matthews stole home. Back in the 4th inning, a true steal of home, an exciting steal of home. Another good changeup. That's his best pitch. 0-2 the count. Changeup stays high and inside. Into right field. Here comes Upton. The play is made. The throw to the plate is airmailed to the backstop. But nobody moves up. That's twice Morales could have scored. Twice.
Well, Justin just absolutely airmails it. And Rosales chasing it around. I guess all's well that ends well. Nothing. Nobody scored somehow. And unfortunately now, Diamondback players are being ridiculed.
1-0 the count to Ibar. Mathis reached on an error. The pitcher Matt Palmer, who had 7 major league at bats, singled on a slash play. Figgins on a ground out. Drove in a run. That one has popped up. 9-2 the Angels. What's going on right now at the pool with our Ride Now Power Sports Pool Camp. Angels in town enjoying Phoenix, Arizona before they head off to Arlington, Texas. Stephen Drew to lead things off. Goodness gracious.
Well, like I said, by far, we're watching certainly the low point of the season, in a season that's had plenty of low points.
Steven a sack bunt and he flied to center field. Three-0 the count as that one is outside. 9 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Angels. 2 runs, 6 hits, and 4 errors for the Diamondbacks. And he earns a walk. Let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by our friends at freecreditreport.com. Know your score. Log on to freecreditreport.com for more information. The Reds are next in Cincinnati, and they're putting it to the Indians. Goodness sakes. Brandon Phillips with a big day, and the Braves, too much for the Red Sox. Tommy Hanson, you might have seen him pitching in the Fall League, and he is rolling. And the Giants, too much for the Brew Crew. Ryan Sadowski, 6 scoreless innings in his Major League debut. By the way, you hear about what Milwaukee did, hopping off the mat yesterday, and that come from behind win against San Francisco. Listening to Mr. Euchre on the radio call that thing, taking a drive, and that was electric, the atmosphere. Some things are special on radio, and that was fun to listen to on radio.
It had to be. No, baseball is fun to listen to on the radio. Our radio guys are some of the best in the business, and Justin gets it going.
Runners on second and third, nobody out. Justin 2 for 3. Picked on a hanging breaking ball.
You can see Justin's got an edge to him. He's not happy with the way things are going. Justin's turning into the leader of this ball club, Darren Sutton. That man right there at 21 years old is starting to become the leader of this ball club.
Good.
And you can see right now he's disgusted with the way things have gone through 5 innings.
Here's Mark Reynolds. Mark a sack, flying an RBI. He also walked as that one grabs the outside of the plate. 0-1 the count.
It's these players that are going to have to get this thing turned around. A.J. Hinch and the staff, and you know, they're doing everything they can, but you have all the team meetings in the world. Bottom line is the guy that has to do it is the guy looking in the mirror.
Happy Abreu comes on pretty shallow. Stephen Drew shoots it right to the cutoff man as Abreu. Kendry Morales, knee-high throw to the cutoff man.
Very well said. That's how it's done. That's how it's done in the first base dugout.
Didn't mean to, rolls it to the right side. He is erased, and a run will score. So 2 outs, 9-3 the score. Well, don't forget Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs is hatched in theaters on July 1st. It's the coolest comedy of the summer. Did you see the first one, Mark Grace?
I did. It was a great movie. I loved it. Now the sequel can only be better.
Oh.
Ice Age.
We got to laugh a little bit, I think. I think we got to laugh.
Thank you, Darren. You know what? I think you're right.
Goodness gracious. Gracie.
We can't let this get to us.
You kidding me? In the world.
Stay strong, D-Sut.
Montero lifts that one down the line. I knew the Ice Age would bring us around.
We need to laugh a little.
I knew the Ice Age would bring us around. For 3 straight days, you've asked me if I've seen the first one, so I had to beat you to the punch. 1-1 the count. Bouncing ball to short. You know what also will be fun to bring youth into the booth, to bring some smiles. Our kid caster.
It's time.
Young man coming in. He's going to help us call the game. Looking forward to that. And Ford are good partners. They present the Kidcaster. And say your name for us, because you're a great pronouncer of words.
Okay, my name is Fabian Ordaya.
Great name. Great name.
Fabian.
Welcome to the booth.
Thanks.
Are you ready to provide some energy, some youth to the booth? You have
These
notes?
D-backs might need some.
Yes, they do. See, now that's already right out of the gate some great analysis as we welcome you to the booth. Tell us what you love most about baseball.
Well, mostly just the the players get to play every single day, and it's just such a game with so much strategy and stuff involved.
Do you play yourself? Do you like to play any sports?
Yeah. I play soccer, and also I play baseball and for Chandler American Little League. Our season just ended.
Good for you.
Chandler always got a great Little League program there.
The 0-1 pitch, and that one is. Tell us what position you like to play.
I usually play in the outfield, first base, or pitcher.
Boy, I knew you had class.
First base.
Ball player.
He'll want you to stay at first base. You know that, right, Fabian?
Yeah.
You just leave the outfield alone. You just stick to first base.
Justin Upton coming on. You'll see the good part about coming into the booth. As Justin receives what we call up here in the booth, a Bronx cheer for making that play. You get a graphic right there all about you. That's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Raviolis and hot dogs, math, and PE.
Yeah.
You're ready to be a broadcaster then, if you like both of those. Dan Harron, could be a couple of all-stars there. So Justin had a forgettable play a moment ago. What do you have going on with like a birthday present for Gracie? What's going on with that?
I love presents.
Well, it's Gracie's birthday, so I thought that he might as well get a present from a future broadcaster.
What did I get? You signed a baseball for me.
We'll have to show the folks as Matt Palmer digs in. Oh, you got it. There it is.
Well,
we'll show it to you. There we go.
Can you show him that? He signed it for me, Darren.
Look at that. That's a good signature.
Pretty cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, young man. Go put that in my dig me room.
What do you have on the list there?
Well, I just have some things to talk about.
Like a Gracie's top 10 list kind of thing?
Pretty much, kind of.
Well, we need to break that list out.
Yeah, drum roll, please.
I mean, you can have the floor. I mean, we have a pitcher hitting. He already has a hit. Go ahead, take over, my friend. We'll just listen. We like to listen to you.
Okay, so Gracie, I heard you turned 25 years old.
Oh, no.
No.
Nope.
That's what Baxter told me.
Well, Baxter.
Oh, nice.
Baxter also gave me 100 volts with a hand buzzer, too.
Me too.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to be 45. I am 45 years old today. How about
there's
that?
no gonna be, pal.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, there we go.
I am 45 years old.
What else you got there?
The D-backs have been, 5 of the first 8 outs of the game were fly outs to center field.
Yes.
Which reminds me of the Joe Altobello story.
Yes. I love this kid. Stay out of the air to center field, right?
Yeah.
That's what you have to do. Because why?
Because the center fielder has way too much room to try to track one down.
Right. It's the largest part of the ballpark. And the center field. Who's the best outfielder on the other team? Is it the left fielder, the right fielder, or the center fielder?
Center fielder.
Yes. This kid is big league. All right, keep going. Now I'm fired up.
Well, also before the couple big innings in the 4th and 5th innings, Max Scherzer was having quite a quality start until 4th and 5th inning.
Well,
yeah, he was.
1 hit through 3 innings.
You're starting to go the other way on
that. Good to hear you come on board with the quality start,
The quality
Fabian.
start really is a bad statistic.
No,
it's a dumb statistic.
All right, good to have.
And you're not a dumb kid, so
good to have Fabian here. Quality starts.
Kid. So let's move on. What's next on the list?
And pretty much just
you know what? We'll call this a teaser in the business. You want to stay another half inning?
Okay.
Gracie?
Absolutely. I want to hear the rest of this list.
Is there anything else about me on there?
No. And quality starts.
Aaron's big league. What gets tough here is when we have someone who's really bringing it, but I gotta hand this over. Team read.
Well, that's mine,
that's
Fabian.
Good. Fabian will take it. Fabian, I like that. Take over, my friend. Go for
Time's
it.
running out to vote for your 2009 All-Star selections. You can help send the D-backs to the All-Star game by voting up to 25 times at dbacks.com. Log on to dbacks.com and cast your ballot today.
Very well done. How about that? That gets the Sutton stamp of approval.
And if he wasn't so doggone good at it.
Here's the windup and the first pitch. It's in there for strike 0-1.
Alex Romero. By the way, we're letting him have a batter here because he's earned it.
Yeah. And wind up in the second pitch. Swung on, driven into the gap for a single.
Well, let him have another batter because he just got a hit.
Exactly. He's good luck.
Alex Romero is 2 for 3 today. And he likes that you helped to get him a hit, Fabian.
You want to break down this swing, Fabian? See what you think here.
Well,
What happens with his head? Look at his head. Right on the baseball.
Right on the ball and swings right through it.
That's very well said. Don't swing to it, swing through it. He's a big leaguer.
Oh, boy. Yep. Looking forward to being replaced on this trip.
Here's from the windup and the pitch from Matt Palmer. Swung on. Driven way back. It's a ground rule double for.
That's Augie Ojeda.
From Augie Ojeda. Augie.
Oi.
He's not going anywhere, by the way. He gets the next batter. You get another batter. You got a single and a double. Tell us what happened here.
Well, what he did is he kept his head right on the ball and yanked it down the right field line, and it took a good hop into the Angels bullpen.
Very well said. That was a hanging change up, right down the middle. You know how I like to talk about right down Broadway and right down the middle. Got to take advantage of those, don't you, Fabian?
Yeah.
So Fabian now, Tony Clark will pinch hit. Tony has a couple of home runs this week. That's been good to see, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's good to see how he's swinging the bat well, being a real factor for the Diamondbacks off the bench. Here's from the stretch and the first pitch. It's been outside for a ball. 1-0. We got runners on second and third. There's still nobody out. Tony Clark, if he can hit one deep, possibly down the lines, maybe he could get a sac fly or possibly a hit.
I want a homer.
Here's the pitch, and it's another one outside for ball 2-0. So Tony Clark might be expecting a fastball here on this next pitch because Palmer starting to really get some runners on and needs to settle down and try to throw some strikes.
Probably a fastball coming then, huh?
Yeah. There goes the stretch and the pitch. It's dribbled down the third base line. It goes foul.
You notice, by the way, Fabian, that Matt Palmer doesn't work out of the windup. He works out of the stretch. Yeah. He doesn't want to steal of home with him on the mound.
We don't want another Gary Matthews Jr. situation.
What did you think about that? That was pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting play, wasn't it?
Sad if you're a D-backs fan, but on the flip side, fun to see.
Good concentration there by Matthews Jr. by studying the throwback by Montero to Scherzer and seeing, catching him off guard.
Caught me off guard.
Here was Palmer from the stretch, looks in and fires to Tony Clark, who drives it deep to center field. It's going. It's gone. No, it's off the wall for a double. 2 runs will score. D-backs now only trail 9-5.
Bobby, a good call, my friend. As a third-year Diamondbacks announcer, that is still the hardest ball for me to call right there, to track and to follow. Nearly got out of here, went just below the yellow line, didn't it?
Yeah.
Tony Clark got a fastball down and away and just got those big arms extended and drilled it off the center field wall and get the Diamondbacks a little closer. About 3 more feet, huh, Bob?
Yeah. That's a big league swing right there.
That was a big league swing. You're absolutely correct.
Well, you know what happens.
Big league broadcaster.
You know what happens when the announcer, the main play-by-play guy, is sitting behind the mic when the team's throwing it away and dropping the ball.
Yeah.
You know what fans say? Anybody but Sutton behind the microphone. We're going to let him stay after this pitching change for just another moment. 9-5. Come back on a bit. Fabian Ardaya, our Sanderson Ford KidCast. Mark Grace, happy birthday for the 20th time you turned 25 today. Now, up here in the booth, this is, well, you know what? You went ahead and grabbed the copy.
It's my turn to get the team
No,
read in.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fabian.
Dude, he's driving runs in all over the place. Go ahead, take it.
Join the D-backs for Native American Recognition Day at the ballpark Sunday, July 12th. Enjoy Native American dancing and tribal music throughout the game. Plus, D-backs fitted caps will be given away to the first 25,000 fans at the game, courtesy of Gila River Casinos.
Good friends with Gila River Casinos.
Well done.
Good read, my friend.
Well done.
Bobby, and a very good read.
He's doggone good at it.
All right, go ahead. You have the
Felipe
floor.
Lopez up to bat. The new pitcher from the stretch.
Jepson, by the way.
Swung on, driven to second base as second baseman calmly throws him out at first as Tony Clark advances to third.
Good job, see, pointing out to the folks that Tony did move up. That's very good execution.
That's called a productive out right there.
6 feet.
Stephen Drew, earlier in the game, he had a sacrifice bunt to advance Felipe Lopez to second when he eventually scored. So maybe he can hit a sac fly here and get another RBI by sacrificing his at-bat.
That's very well done.
Yeah. Perfectly done.
You know the game. I like that.
By the way, the inning is still moving, so you still have the floor.
Jepson is from the stretch, and here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off his body for a strike. 0-1.
You ever do that hitting? Foul one off your leg there?
Yeah.
We like to call this our Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. And Kevin Jepson struggling a little bit, an electric arm, but an ERA more similar to the one I had in professional baseball and rookie ball. The difference is Jepson's will get better. They sent me home.
You know what? And Diamondback fans are happy that happened to you, Darren Sutton, because you've become a terrific broadcaster here.
I've tried. Right now, I am.
You think that little rascal can eat all that popcorn?
Yep. Or Dad.
Maybe.
Still owe you, by the way. You continue to be productive offensively.
Jepson looking from the stretch, trying to get the 0-1 pitch. Here's rocks and fires. Did he go? Yes, he did. He fouled it off. No balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here. So,
what was that pitch?
Curveball.
Yeah, that was a good curveball, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hard curveball.
Steven Drew just needs to shorten up and try to make some contact here.
That's.
Wow.
Yes! Boy, you are my kind of ball player.
Jepson from the stretch. He rocks and fires. Curveball driven through the middle for a base hit. 9-6, the D-backs still trail, but they're catching up. So now we got a runner on first with 1 out. With Justin Upton coming up to the plate.
That wasn't near as good a curveball, was it, Bob?
No.
That one hung up there, and Stephen Drew did exactly what you're supposed to do. Shorten up, put it in play.
Got himself a base hit.
Keep away from the strikeout and rip it right back up the box. That's good stuff. And that means more tacos.
Oh, free tacos, Fabian.
With the purchase of a large drink, you get some tacos today because the Diamondbacks have scored 6 runs.
First pitch from Jepson.
I'm sorry, tomorrow.
Is swung on and missed for a strike. Oh, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Upton didn't make that good of a play in right field a couple innings ago, but made up for it with a double.
Kind of.
Yeah. Still needs to make up for it with maybe a homer.
There, now we're talking.
Pitcher on the outside, missed the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, with 1 out.
Fabian, you already handled one of the challenges of broadcasting very gracefully, and that's pointing out something critical without making it personal. You did it very well. Well done. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of practice at that this year.
Here's Jepson from the stretch. Looks in for the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
How fast was that pitch, Fabian?
95 miles an hour.
What is that? What do I call that?
Gas.
There you go.
Got a runner on first here with 1 out, 1-2 count. So Justin Upton just needs to do what Stephen Drew did. Shorten up and make contact.
Yes.
Jepson looks in for the 1-2 pitch with 1 out. Rocks and fires. Chased a pitch over outside for strike 3. 2 out, 2 down here.
First baseman, Mark Reynolds.
So look at that pitch just out of Upton's reach.
Yeah, that was a fast
How
ball.
about the move on that fastball?
Yeah, that really cut away from him, down and away. All right, Mark Reynolds got a chance here to get the Diamondbacks a little bit closer.
Yeah, Mark Reynolds hit the sacrifice fly in the first inning that drove in the first run. Maybe he can drive in some more runs. First pitch, fastball driven in the hole for a base hit. Now runners on first and second. Oh, he might go for third, but no, he stays.
It was the Angels' turn there to have a lapse defensively, but it did not turn into an error because Drew did not move up.
So now runners on first and second, 2 out. Swung on. Clean swing there, but Rivera bobbled it out in left field and throw. Drew decided to stay back. Better not go for third. Try to make the third out.
Just like that, the tying run is at the plate.
Gerardo Parra can drive in a run with a single here or tie it up with a homer here. Here comes the pitch from Jepson. Over the plate for strike one. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out.
Have any young ladies that might be watching that you might want to say hi to?
No.
You don't have a girlfriend?
No.
Sharpening up that career right now instead.
Jepson for the 0-1 pitch. Curveball in the dirt, but Parra didn't bite. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners on first and second, 2 out. Good thing that Stephen Drew didn't go for third, because one of the rules that my coaches say, never make the first or last out at third base.
Yes!
Next pitch, swung on, that's a base hit. Drew's gonna come around and score. Looks like the Diamondbacks are climbing back. Now they're down 9-7. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. And right now for the Diamondbacks, Miguel Montero is the go-ahead run. He is at the plate. Diamondbacks not giving up.
By the way, the guys in the truck, they call it an IFB when you put, like when we talk on a microphone, they put a little plug in our ear. The guys in the truck were wondering what size your IFB was because they officially told me I could check out when the game's over.
Me.
So they're just going to go with kind of a Vin Scully one-man booth now. And you and I both, we're not going on the trip.
We're being retired.
Will your mom and dad let you go on a trip to Cincinnati? Do you want to go to Cincinnati?
Yeah.
By the way, he was 1 for his last 18 with runners in scoring position prior to that. That was one of his better categories for a while.
Yeah.
He needed that. What do you think? Can the boys do this here?
Yeah, I saw.
They're showing a little backbone, aren't they?
I've seen them come back before in many different games, and this might be a big comeback.
Well, if you can find a way to come back and win this game after what happened in the 4th and 5th inning.
Yeah.
That was a low point. Yeah, that was a low point.
So Miguel Montero coming up. Jepson's still out, but Bolger's warming up in the bullpen. Here comes some stretch in the first pitch. Curveball, first strike. Runners on first and second, 2 out. No balls, 1 strike. Miguel Montero 1 for 3 tonight with an RBI single in the first. Jepson looks in for the 0-1 pitch. Rocks and fires. Curveball stayed with it. That's a base hit. The runner's going to come around and score. Now the Diamondbacks are only down 9-8. They've brought the lead down to 1. Runners on first and second, 2 out. Are you kidding me?
That is great stuff. And right now, Kevin Jepson, he's getting his lunch handed to him.
Yeah. Alex Romero, the youngster, getting a real test here. See if he can drive in some runs and tie up this ballgame for the D-backs.
I think it's big league when a 12-year-old can call Alex Romero a youngster. That's great.
Well done, young man. You are rolling. Picked on a breaking ball. He was ready for it. We were talking, Fabian, earlier about how Miguel Montero kind of owned up this morning to the fact that he's not really where he should be, and he hoped that all around he'd have a good day. He's had a pretty good day, hasn't he?
Yeah, he threw out 2 runners so far to this game, trying to steal second. And, of course, that big RBI single. He's having himself a good day.
He's having a great day. 5 runs here. And the Diamondbacks a chance, a hit away from doing what seemed to be the unthinkable, and that is tying the ball game up, huh?
Amazingly, Jepson is still on the mound. Here he is with his first pitch to Romero. Swung on, grounder to first base. And he easily tosses it off to Jepson. That's 3 outs.
Fabian, unbelievable. Gracie, how about that?
I want to personally thank you. That was a lot of fun, young man.
The kidcaster for the ages. Folks, how about that young man? Fabian Ardaya, calling some winning baseball and doing it well.
Great stuff, buddy.
What a job he did on our Sanderson Ford Kidcaster. And we realize, folks, we've now put ourselves out there by being behind the mic again.
Yeah, we're on the plane.
We're ready.
We are on
We're
the
ready
plane
to hear it.
with the Pirates giving us a shove.
Our APS solar rooftop roof can. And reminding you to put solar panels on the roof of your house should you have the opportunity. You are able, and go green. Help your energy bill each and every month. What a nice young man. His dad came in, folks, at the end and said, did he do okay? And usually the did he do okay thing is you don't really want to answer that. What you really want to say is, and that's what we said, your son's a gentleman. He didn't come in here with any assumptions. He was a nice young man, a good kid.
And it didn't hurt that he put up a 5 spot.
Boy, did he ever.
Clay Zavada going to try to keep the momentum on the Diamondbacks side. 6 unanswered runs for the D-backs in the last 2 innings to make it 9-8.
Zavada misses high, 2-0 the count. Still has a 0 ERA to begin his professional career in the major leagues. 14 hits for the Diamondbacks as that one is low. Largest comeback win, 6 runs. Last time, June of 2007. As that one is outside, not a good way to start it. As that is a walk.
Right fielder Bobby Abreu.
And now Bobby Abreu. Yeah, they trailed by 7 runs, this club, as you saw a moment ago. And that would be the largest comeback. There'd really be no way to actually describe this game if they were to come back and win it.
It would be, well, it would be probably, remember the win last year, Darren, against the Milwaukee Brewers? Remember when the Diamondbacks scored 6 runs against the Milwaukee Brewers here at home last year?
Oh,
in the 9th inning.
Clearly remember it.
That's probably goes down for me in the time I've been out here for the Arizona Diamondbacks playing and broadcasting. Was probably the most unlikely win that I've ever witnessed. And I think if the Diamondbacks found a way today I think it would blow away last year's win against the Brewers as the most unlikely.
In on the hands, chasing, racing, coming on. Challenging the arm. Oh, the throw. Got it. Little bounce in their step now, these boys. It's good to see. Kirk Gibson with the reaction. Parra, we know the arm he has. The Angels have a lot of guys thrown out on the bases, but they'll keep trying to go first to third.
They're aggressive, and Parra just gets in. He's got a cannon all the way in the air. Good tag there by Augie Ojeda. So the Diamondbacks get another out on the bases.
Arizona, if you start doing the thinking now, they will have Augie lead off. And then a pinch hitter for Zapata. Then it's back to the top of the order. They have 14 hits to the Angels 7. But again, walks, 4 errors, steals of home. This is something positive, though.
Look at Gibby. Gibby's fired up.
You think?
Well, it's good to see some fire in the last couple innings. Seen a lot of it. Nice change up there from Zapata.
So he pulls his change.
Yes, he has no choice, Darren, because he throws across his body. He has to pull it. But he doesn't take it. It's not a slow changeup. It's only about 5 miles an hour less than his fastball.
Bouncing ball. Ojeda with a chance. There's one. Boy, Mark held on to it. And a nice job there by Mark Reynolds. Hard slide had Felipe on the move. In right field, Justin Upton had raced in to back up the play.
Nice play by Ojeda, the good feed. Felipe just couldn't.
Yeah, you're right.
Didn't make the turn. That's one he'll tell you he should have turned. But they do get the lead runner. An extra opportunity here for Kendry Morales with 2 outs.
Well, had that double play. Clearly looking right at first base and just threw wide. Boy, buckles him though that pitch.
Oh, he's got a very good changeup.
Morales has walked. He has tripled. He struck out as well. The Angels scoring 4 runs in the 4th, 5 runs in the 5th to take a 9-2 lead. Arizona with 1 in the 5th, 5 in the 6th. They need really to get back in the dugout. Another one, a changeup.
And a dandy. And way out in front of his Kendry Morales. He took a big old rip at it, didn't he? Well, what a shot in the arm this kid has been since he's come up to the big leagues, Darren. Clay Zapata.
Well, let's hope he can keep that ERA at 0. Give this club a chance. Out front. Clay off the field he goes. Another great day of work for the blue-collar man, Clay Zapata. Reynolds with a single. Gerardo Parra with a single. Miguel Montero with a single. 9-8 is the score. So far in this ball game, a few more good times. No doubt the worst of times. Can't say the best of times. But some good things, and that man's one of them.
I was just saying the last thing, what a shot in the arm. Clay Zapata has been the energy. Not only, the 0 ERA, obviously, Darren. That's what he's here for, to pitch and pitch well. But he immediately has just become a favorite of his teammates, a favorite of this crowd. And he brings some passion to the mound every time he takes it, Darren. I mean, watch him. He's like a caged animal in the dugout. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He can't sit still.
He's finding his center fielder, too. Waiting for him for helping him out.
That's a teammate right there. See, that's a teammate. That's a guy that not only cares about himself, but cares about each and every one of his teammates, and he cares about winning baseball games.
Augie Ojeda to lead things off. Let's hope it's infectious. Let's hope it's infectious. Augie Ojeda to lead things off. Over the inside corner, that's strike one. Sure is fun to watch, I'll tell you that, and good for him. Talk about a guy, as you see the numbers for Jason Bolger, our Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen.
The 7th and 8th inning, Darren Sutton, has been the bugaboo for Mike Scioscia. This is where they've lost many more than their fair share of games. He told me yesterday at least 9 games this year where they had the game or were either tied or winning it and lost it in the 7th or the 8th inning.
And that bullpen is a work in progress for the Angels. And Mike, as Gracie said, will tell you flat out, as Augie picks on a breaking ball and fouls it off. That Angels bullpen right now with a collective ERA of 5.51. And it's been going up today. That is the 29th best bullpen ERA in the game. The Nationals at 5.66. Diamondbacks not far up the ladder. 26th bullpen ERA at 4.83. Oh, and 2 the count. Well, not to put too much on the boys, but from where I would imagine most of you sit, where they sit down below, meaning the fans, the only acceptable outcome for this game is a victory.
I don't think there's any question.
I mean, that's daily.
Yeah, otherwise, it's just another loss, and you're swept.
Wow, pretty good pitch there. And they've only been swept one time at home this year. By the Cincinnati Reds, May 11th through the 13th. A real small piece of solace, though, because they've only won 2 home series all year long. Augie takes a fastball up and hits it into the seats.
Augie's had a couple of hits this afternoon. Oh, don't show those. You don't want to see those brooms at home, Darren Sutton. Maybe if you've won the first 2 games.
Augie Ojeda on the ground. And Augie is erased. Played by Myceris Turris. I'll never forget, Mark Gray, seeing those brooms reminds me. Long, long time ago when I announced for another team, we came into town and had won the first 2 games and did a little tease at the beginning of a gentleman with his head down, hat on, work clothes on, sweeping out there in left field beyond the Bud Light sign out there left. Everything was empty. We had a camera working. Pulled the hat back at the end, and it was me with the broom. Looking ahead to the sweep. I think the Diamondbacks won that game about 98-2 over Milwaukee.
So,
I got a little bit ahead of myself. Yeah.
I see. You were maybe kind of neener to the Diamondbacks at that time?
That's when the kind of the anybody but Sutton really came to the next level.
And it wasn't long thereafter that you became a broadcaster for a different ball club.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Ned Yost said, "Out, you're out." Unfortunately for him, he followed me.
Yeah, he wasn't far behind you, was he?
2-0 the count. I just thought of that. Those brooms out there. Had to fly commercial that day. First young. It's played on a hop. 2 outs. Arnova Home Loans in-game box score. Well, everyone's doing what they can.
There's plenty of offense.
That is not a defensive matrix, though. That is an offensive box score. They have 14 hits, Mark Grace.
14 hits. Unfortunately, 4 huge errors. I've got him a run down. 7 outs to go. Starting to run out of outs, Darren Sutton. Needs something to happen. Come on, Darren. You've been moping around here all day. Come on, let's go.
Not all day. Maybe since the 5th. 1-0 the count. You hope for their sakes they can do it. The pitch is high. 2-0 the count. You gonna watch that big Yankees-Mets game tonight?
No.
Oh, okay.
You?
No, have to pack, do laundry. Big trip to Cincinnati. 2-0. Might go for sushi tonight, I think.
Really? I had sushi last night.
And?
I love sushi.
Hit us a homer.
I like that.
Well, I don't know. I've told you folks, we need more signs at the ballpark. As Felipe drives it into left center field, on the run is Matthew, still going. It's not a homer, but it's high off the wall. Lopez with a double as he eases into second base. But he smoked that ball to the opposite field.
Another 2-hit game for Felipe Lopez. Just continues to clobber the baseball. Fastball middle. Goes the other way with it. Splits the gap off the wall. And an easy stand-up double for Felipe Lopez. And now, once again, a base hit away from tying the ball game, Darren Sutton.
And that is Stephen Drew. Let's flash it back. Let's take a look at our Chaz Roberts pool play. Let's go back to that trailing 5-0, winning 6-5. And let's hope there is a rally comeback for these Diamondbacks with the Zavada mustache he works. Those are everywhere too, by the way.
I love them. Tell you what, that thing's starting to come in real good. That handlebar. Good pitch there from Bolger, the breaking ball.
I think the best part about Clay Zavada is, as you were talking about earlier, his story with regard to his family and the sacrifices he made. But Clay's just fine with you just talking about his pitching. He'd be just fine with that. And Steven, and his pitching is really worth talking about.
He's got a 0 ERA. He's starting to improve on the inherited runners as well.
Nah, he battled that, and he's glad for us to point that out because he'll tell you that's what I've struggled with.
That's the other thing I like about the kid. He's a stand-up guy. He's accountable. If he makes a mistake, he doesn't point a finger at something else or make an excuse. He just says, you know what, I messed that up, and it's not going to happen again.
A 30th round draft pick 3 years ago. And there are first rounders that are just now getting to Double-A. A 30th, and he took a year off of the game.
Got some talent, doesn't he?
The 1-2. Got it. He's got talent and a heart that is much bigger than the state of Illinois. by Southwest Airlines. They're ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It is on. Back in the desert and having to keep it where it is at. And Clay is done for the day. The supporters, they don't go anywhere. John Roush comes in and faces Gary Matthews Jr. Roush, in his 14 appearances of late, a 1.17 ERA, as you can see.
He's been awfully good, pitching with a lot more confidence. He just jumps right ahead.
Gary Matthews has played for San Diego, Chicago, Pittsburgh, the New York Mets, Baltimore, San Diego, and Texas. Had a great year a couple of years ago. And received a lucrative deal to be the starting center fielder for the Angels. It didn't work out. They added Torrey Hunter not too long after. Still with the club. That year in 06, hit .313, slugged .495. Over the inside, 1-2 the count. But I think he would tell you, fortunate is Gary Matthews, as Hunter has taken over, to be able to not have to worry about life financially. But it's been a disappointing time for him.
That just hadn't happened in Anaheim for Gary Matthews.
But to his credit, on a key moment and a chance to, as Chipper Jones says, put the foot on the neck of the opponent, he did so.
Watch the hook slide around the tag.
Gracie, if that isn't, to go back to it one more time, what epitomizes what Chipper Jones told us, putting the foot on the neck of the opponent. Absolutely. I really don't know what is. I mean, obviously it hurt, and 5 more runs were scored. Arizona still with a chance. They trail it 9-8.
Good changeup. He's added a changeup to the repertoire. He's always had it, but he's throwing it more, Darren. He's got confidence in it now, so he's got a few more weapons to go with now.
Takes that one right out of the catcher's mitt. Max Scherzer went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 8 runs. 3 of them were earned. He did have a couple of huge walks and a base runner steal home on him, so he contributed to the struggles. Nice job by Montero. But Max's ERA still remains below 3.75. Max Scherzer, Doug Davis, and of course NL leader Dan Herron, all below 3.75. Talking about a team with 3 quality pitchers in their rotation. I mean, you're below 3.75. You're doing all right.
Very good.
You have 3 of them?
You have 3 of them. And, well, you're unfortunately comfortably in last place. That's rare, Darren. And that'll show you it certainly is.
There's only 3 teams in the game. That's strike 3.
I'd like to see that graphic again.
Yeah, 3 in the game, and the key is the pitchers with the ERAs that are below 3 3/4 are listed. But unfortunately for the Diamondbacks, the records.
Well, what does that tell us, Darren? It tells us that the 3 starters, those guys have thrown the ball very well, obviously. But it probably means they've suffered from poor bullpen behind them. Probably lack of support offensively. And the most important thing, probably a lot of unearned runs.
More errors than any team in baseball, unfortunately. Over the top of that one, 0-2. Arizona in non-quality starts. In other words, in starts where their pitcher doesn't go 6 and give up 3 or less, they have not won a single game. It's kind of a winning ugly game. They have not done it one time. They're the only team in Major League Baseball that has occurred with. That one lifted to left field. It's belted, and it is deep. It is also out of here. Jeff Mathis, a home run for the Angels, and they now lead it by a score of 10 to 8. Second home run of the year.
Well, that is a big, big run for the Angels. John Roush had it working too. 2 quick outs and an 0-2 pitch. 0-2 curveball. Not that bad. Sometimes good pitches get hit out of the park. It was down. And Mathis hit it out.
They cheer for Vlad. I would imagine a lot of Angels fans cheer for him, and a lot of just baseball fans cheer for him. 322 career hitter. Little number. That time unable to do anything. But his teammates are able to do an awful lot. Jeff Mathis, the guy who offensively, well, he's known for his catching, comes up and says, well, Mike Napoli homered yesterday with a key hit. I want to join the party. Trust your Sunday afternoon has been a good one. Glad you're hanging out with us. Which American League batter did you enjoy the most? Ken Griffey Jr. Far and away, boy, he had a moment. He had himself a moment on a Friday night in the Great Northwest.
Well, mine was Ichiro.
Ichiro, very well done. I tell you, I enjoyed watching him with you.
Yours was also, yours was Billy Butler. Kansas City left fielder, I know.
Big old melon. He had a stomping big melon slugger.
Had one of those Charlie Brown heads.
Big old Kevin Mench kind of slugger. Strike one. Yeah, that was fun. You and I sitting watching Ichiro together. I enjoyed that.
Oh, I watched him on TV.
Oh.
I was in Detroit.
Oh.
I was watching Miguel Cabrera was the guy I really enjoyed the most.
Mm-hmm. Miguel Cabrera. 1-1 the count to Justin Upton.
Well, don't worry. We got a road trip together this time. D-Side. I'll be in Cincinnati with you and then on into Colorado.
You'll be there for all of Denver. That'll be good. 1-1 the count on Upton. Bouncing ball, broke his bat. Justin Spire, the veteran right-hander. And in time for the out. Hey, don't forget, there's a Tigers fan. Start planning now for the next bobblehead giveaway at Chase Field. The Chris Snyder bobblehead will be given away to the first 25,000 fans to the Saturday, July 11th game. Plus, you can be one of 10 lucky fans to receive the special edition bobblehead autographed by Chris Snyder. 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com. Tigers with a big win on the road today in Houston. As Mark Reynolds rolls that one foul. So they pass that along.
Tigers are playing good baseball. Jim Leland's got them playing.
Playing good.
I know my good friend Mario Mpemba got to be very happy with the way things are going in Detroit.
The voice of the Tigers is beside himself. We were talking about you yesterday. 0-2 the count. America Park, there by the Ford Theater, Fox Theater, Hockey Town.
Oh, they were still very upset about their hockey team game.
Were they?
Oh, still very bitter about the Red Wings coming up short against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah. They'll be just fine because they'll be playing for the Cup again next year.
Yeah.
Did you get a chance when you were there to go to Polish Village and eat food in Hamtramck?
No.
No?
I'll be honest, didn't know there was a place like that.
Next time you come, can I go with? I'll take you there.
I'd love to.
Polish Village. That one is in. And Reynolds goes down on strikes.
Well, isn't
Hamtramck.
Your beautiful wife, Kristen, is of Polish descent, and
she hails from that area. Yes, is visiting there right now as we speak. Here's what's brewing, brought to you by our good friends with Miller Lite. Coming to Cincinnati, and looking forward to that. And then going to Denver, Colorado. Looking forward to that. And you'll be there the whole time in Denver.
Well, no, I won't. I'll be there on Sunday. I get to spend 4th of July in Minneapolis.
0-1 the count.
But I get to see our favorite player, Joe Mauer.
Yep. Actually, just mine.
And then my favorite player, Paul Bunyan himself.
There you go. You can have
Justin
him.
Morneau.
You can have him, and he is a great one. Joe Mauer's my guy. That one bounces in there. Isn't it interesting as we laugh a little bit, but the similarities, different types of talents, different part of the country, but between the Twins and the Angels and the way they go about their business?
They both those teams play a style that I just am in love with. I love the way they both just attack. They constantly attack. They attack with speed. They attack with base running. Fundamentals. They play defense. They don't beat themselves, Darren. They hit the cutoff man. They're backing up each other.
We saw it in Minnesota last year.
Oh,
for goodness sakes.
Remember that?
Huh. 3-1 the count. Spire, who has had an up and down career but has always had this stuff, son of Major League infielder Chris Spire. You talk about a personality, he's got one. His last 17 outings, so he's been good, isn't he?
Oh, he is a beauty. He's a former teammate of mine with the Cubs.
Okay.
Yeah. I had him in Chicago. He is a beauty.
And they saw it out of Juan Rivera. O'Berry makes the play. 10-8 the score. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Tony Pena goes to work. Want to remind you, by the way, about this 4th of July. Fox Sports Arizona presents This One's For You, a special broadcast of the D-backs and Rockies game as we reunite members of the Arizona National Guard stationed in Iraq. Their loved ones right here in Arizona. Don't miss This One's For You. Saturday, July 4th, beginning at 4:30 in high definition. Only on Fox Sports Arizona. Remember a great moment last year when Reggie Sanders took time to spend time with a family member, walked off shot, or took the headset off and hugged. It was a really neat moment. You know, I love having Scott Snyder help us out when we're a long ways away, get all the ins and outs of those that serve our country. Got a good crew. We're all on it. So this one's for you. And we'll be out on the road, but we'll be kicking it back home. And we're honored to do it. Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. And Mark Grace will be in Minnesota.
I'll be in Minnesota. Scott Snyder still having a tough year.
It's all right. He'll help us that day. He is having a very tough year. Truer words have never been spoken. Fine stage manager, booth manager up here, senior in charge of booth production. Yes, he bunts through that one. Says, no, I didn't. Yes, you did.
Sean Figgins just disgusted. It's almost to the point where he's like, well, I should just walk to the dugout if you're going to call that a strike. No, he did not. I'm sorry, I love H.R. Hernandez, but he didn't get that one right.
He checks his swing and takes a look down at Hernandez as he did. I mean, didn't even hardly check it at all.
He's still.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
What a great shot.
The 2-2. 3-2 the count. 10-8 the score. The 4th and the 5th innings defensively for the Diamondbacks will never be erased. But a victory, a come from behind opportunity will certainly help. If not, they will stand front and center for a while now. That one is slapped. Figgins goes the other way, and he is on. And a base hit for Figgins. First of the day.
Augie tried to get in front of it instead of use the backhand. Knocked it down, but that's a tough play.
Turris walked, single, reached on Justin Ayers, dropped fly ball, walked again. 28 years old, a native of Venezuela. I will say this, one of the more memorable moments on this homestand, celebrated here when Omar Vizquel became the most prolific base hit king in the history of all Venezuelan-born major leaguers. He's a Venezuelan. I would imagine that meant a lot to Myceres Turris. I told you the man on deck found me when I came and was introducing myself to some of the newer Angels, Bobby Abreu. That's the first thing he wanted to talk about.
How was it?
What was it like? It means everything. Headline news down there. Top story.
And as well for the Angels. I'm sorry, not the Angels, the Texas Rangers.
Yeah, you bet. Well, it was
and anybody that Omar played for.
Story for them, though. I mean, a Venezuelan-born man. Like the Diamondbacks. Miguel Montero. Gerardo Parra. Yusmeiro Petit, all Venezuelan-born. Juan Gutierrez. And a lot to all of them. 2-1 the count.
It's a very proud country. They love their baseball down there, boy.
That one is away. Well, Michael Young's an all-star, right?
Yes.
Pretty good player.
Yes.
What did he say about what that hit means?
He said it was incredible. You know, and he's only spent a little bit of time with Omar as a teammate. He was really moved by it. He knows how prideful Venezuelans are of their baseball.
3-1 the count. couple of countrymen dueling now. A man in the batter's box, a man in the on-deck circle. And the Dominican-born Tony Pena fires it, buries a fastball in. The runner was going there.
That's why I just love watching the Angels play under Mike Scioscia. Every 3-1 count, I don't care if it's a slow guy out there, man, send him. Put the pressure on the opposing defense. Put the pressure on the opposing pitcher. Send them. Yeah, they've scored 10 runs today, and they've had 3 runners thrown out on the bases today, Darren.
Well, they have runners thrown out all the time.
Trying to go first to third, trying to steal bases.
Nine hits, 10 runs. And if you help them, they'll take advantage of it. Certainly worth keeping an eye on, Tony Pena. Turris hitting .315 in the month of June. His best month by far as it comes to an end. Back to the screen it goes. He's put quite an at-bat on Pena.
Well, that's the kind of players that Mike Scioscia and the Angels have. A bunch of guys that don't strike out. Will they strike out? Yeah, of course they will, but they don't. It's always a 7-pitch strikeout. A lot of foul balls, working the count, making pitchers earn their keep. Big lead. Goodness.
There he goes. And again, the at-bat rolls on. 8 pitches so far, 9 about to come home. The Reds are next. The Reds just finished up waxing the Cleveland Indians today. That's Tuesday. Micah Owings got back on track. He had struggled. 6 innings, 1 run allowed. High drive, right field. It is crushed. It is deep, and it is gone. Into the Ride Now Power Sports pool area. Myceris Turris had 1 home run coming in. He now has 2.
Fastball up and down the middle, and as Turris crushes it into the Ride Now pool area. And that's going to be tough to catch up now, down by 4.
All of young Fabian's work just down the tubes.
We're so done.
From Cincinnati, I'm Fabian. Hey, Gracie, son, give me some more coffee. Okay, Fabian, yes, sir. What else can we get you, sir?
Can I get you a sandwich? Yep. Mustard, please. Make it snappy. Got to do the 3rd inning.
1-1 the count. Our young kidcaster, by the way, for just joining us, who came on, and during his time, the Diamondbacks made quite a rally, and we weren't about to take the mic back until his time was officially done. As Abreu rushes it into left center field. Alex Romero is there to make the plays. He calls off Gerardo Parra. They have a discussion. That's clearly the center fielder's ball if he wants it. And so now Juan Rivera. One and 0 the count.
Just missed. So, Darren, I don't know all the numbers, and I don't know if you have them. We can maybe get them from Kurt Zacher, our fine number cruncher and statistician. Interleague play, since this is the final day of it. How did it go this year? I know the American League was on top, but by how much?
That's a good question. Let's get on that. The Halos are 13-4 through 17 interleague games. There you go.
So the American pretty dominant again. And they also have dominated the All-Star game, the American League. So is it time for us to say that's the better league?
Sure. I mean, if you're going on interleague play.
How many years now have the American League dominated interleague play?
Probably been about the last 4 is what I think, 4 or 5 years.
Nope, National League's better. Sorry.
Good. Made me uncomfortable.
First baseman Henry Morales.
American League would be great if they just get rid of the DH.
It is your theory that is one reason why the rosters don't match up as well.
I agree.
You just, as you have talked about, your theory of roster construction.
Well, the National League. Well, let's start with the American League. With like, for instance, in Tempe Diablo, where the Angels have their spring training. Once Mike Scioscia and his crew get together and decide the 25 players they're going to take to Anaheim with them that are going to make their team, at least 2 of those guys are going to be DHs.
Vlad Guerrero, not even well enough to play defense
Exactly.
anymore.
They're going to be DHs. At least 2 of those guys. Well, for the National League, 0 of their players chosen are for DH purposes, obviously. So usually the last couple or 3 guys for a National League team is an extra infielder, an extra outfielder, maybe a third catcher, if you will. But none of them are DH types. So when you go to an American League city, like if that was banged into center field for a base hit, when you go into American League city, like Seattle or Kansas City, the Diamondbacks used Ryan Roberts as a DH. We're going to get a pitching change. Tony Pena cannot finish the inning here in the 9th. He continues to struggle.
More on roster construction on this Sunday at Chase. All Angels.
The Diamondbacks dugout immediately following this one. Stay tuned to Fox Sports Arizona for the 10th inning with Todd Walsh. We'll introduce you to Chad Qualls and family, wife Tara and new son Caden. We'll find out how fatherhood has changed the reliever's life since his new son, just a couple of months old. We kind of follow him around and get to see Chad Qualls doing all his fatherly duties. Guys?
Awesome, and on that show as well, the great moment, Jay Bell hitting the $1 million home run.
Unbelievable.
Incredible stuff. So worth hanging around for. I actually found out about that when they were airing before we left today, and knowing I'd be en route, I've been dying to see that story. I'll be watching that when I get home.
Darren, you'll see the odds of that happening, and it did happen. You got a better chance of winning the lottery twice.
A mathematician on the show talks about the probability of, and of all people, Jay Bell doing it. $1 million grand slam. By the way, for Tony Pena, 17 innings pitched in his last handful of outings, 13 earned runs during that time, an ERA of 6.88. 15 2/3 innings prior to that, an ERA of 1.15 to start the year. Time is called. Miguel Montero said that was me. So Matthews, who stole home, I mean a true straight steal of home in the 4th inning. Looks at a fastball, 2-2 the count. Can't see this enough, Gracie.
It was unbelievable. Catches everybody by surprise. It just set a great tone for this game for the Angels.
Full count, 2 outs. The Angels have 11 hits. And there have been 4 Diamondback errors, yet Los Angeles has stranded 2. The Diamondbacks have 15 hits, no errors, but they've stranded 9. So LA managing to cash in all the time. I'm a step away from saying Anaheim a lot still, folks.
Don't worry about it. It happens.
That one, down the line it goes.
Just foul. Female canaries cannot sing.
3-2 with 2 outs. And both teams in double digits in hits. 4 runs for the Angels in the 4th, 5 runs in the 5th. And they've started to add on here. Couple of young men enjoying the game. Glad to have them here. The 3-2. Outside, ball 4. When you think about the decade plus of success the Diamondbacks have enjoyed since their birth, it has been a lot of success as well since the Angels flipped the switch to red. Mike Scioscia, as the manager of this team, has had them in the playoffs for the last 5 years. And that's division titles.
All right, Darren. Let's get these guys throwing some strikes. All right, Esmerling. Time to throw some strikes. Don't want to fall asleep.
The 1-0.
There you go.
1-1 the count to Eric Aybar. LA has outscored Arizona in this series 26-12. A changeup there, stayed at the belt, but a strike. Diamondbacks have won 2 series at home this season, both in April. One against the Cubs, one against Colorado. The 1-2. Slider stayed up, but he ran it in. Well, tough day for those Cubs, by the way, as they went over across town to the south side, as they like to call it, and Chicago shut them out 6-0.
Took a whooping on the south side. That was big Carlos Zambrano taking the brunt of that punishment from the White Sox.
It was a tough day for Big Z. 5 innings, 5 runs. John Danks was fabulous. Over the top of a changeup. Esmeralda Vasquez, a.k.a. Shoes, gets his team back in the dugout.
They do call him that.
Fifth inning, no doubt about it. An error on a ball that was dropped, another error in the 9th inning, another error, all in the 5th inning, and then, of course, Juan Rivera with a 2-run homer. 5 runs scored in that inning. A small comeback mounted as the team came all the way back to make it a 9-8 deficit, but Jeff Mathis, he made it 10-8, and they weren't done. Nice Arasuris added on with a 2-run shot. And the Angels hand the ball to their closer, Brian Fuentes. A Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. And Fuentes looking for his 22nd save of the year. As Miguel Montero. Singled in a couple of runs, 2 hits, and a couple of ground outs as well.
Threw out a couple of would-be base stealers, so on a game where there's been a lot of low points and mistakes, Darren, Miguel Montero's played pretty well today.
He was sharing, Gracie, about his game calling, saying, I thought I knew it, taught himself the English language, came here from Venezuela. He said, I had no idea how tough it was. I've really, really tried to up my game in my homework and my studying. I thought I knew it would be something that I could handle. And he just looked me right in the eye and he said, I wasn't ready. And he continues to work on it. But today he's had a good day. In 07 against Baltimore and 08 against Colorado. Now here today, he has thrown out a pair of base runners for the 3rd time in his career. As that is a strike. Arizona in danger of having just 1 win on this homestand. And they have lost 8 of their last 9 if they don't rally.
Blech.
0-2 the count.
It's mind-numbing at home.
2 outs. The Angels, in the meantime, keep an eye out for later on when San Diego visits Texas. They continue to what appears to be make their move at this point. Irvin Santana threw the other day in the bullpen. Pitching coach Mike Butcher right next to Mike Scioscia there. They were looking at the video of it today. He's starting to look good.
Well, Darren, we've seen now the entire West of the American League. We've seen Seattle. We've seen Oakland. We've seen Texas. And now we've seen the Angels. Ain't no team going to beat these guys.
I would agree. Long run heading into the corner. If Seattle could get any kind of hitting up there, if they could acquire a bat or two, they would be probably second in my power poll in that division.
I'm with you.
Just because they have such solid pitching.
They beat the Dodgers today in Los Angeles, 4-2.
The Angels, with a win, will move Texas a game back as they get ready to play San Diego tonight.
Like this Angel team, they put up a 12 spot today. Torrey Hunter didn't play. Mike Napoli didn't play. Vladimir Guerrero didn't play this entire series because of the lack of the DH. This is a good baseball team.
Howie Kendrick's in the minor leagues right now. Vlad did not play 1 inning. He pinch hit a couple of times.
In nothing situations.
Just to get
just to
the live
get
pitching.
a look.
1-2 the count. Two and two to Augie Ojeda. Fuentes this year, the one-time Rockies closer, 21 saves. He's got 11 strikeouts per 9 innings of work. Well, he's got to be a tough assignment when he is right. Lefties and righties. As Augie pops that one foul it into the seats. So what time you want me to be over at your place to watch the Yankees-Mets game?
Well, I think that game comes on probably in about 45 minutes, something like that. 5 o'clock our time. I would like to see you on the plane tomorrow.
What? Big birthday dinner?
Well, there's going to be a get-together at the house. Scott Snyder's coming. Mark McClune's coming. All the good people in the truck. Kurt Zacker's coming. And we won't watch the replay of this game.
No, a tough day. It is a 12-8 Angels win. They sweep the Diamondbacks. One of the most woeful innings you will